remember talking to you before the season started about how long last year took because you weren't playing. And I wonder now that you did play to this year, it seemed to just breeze by.
It did. It seemed like it was just kind of just one big whirlwind, you know, and just from the beginning to end, training camp, all that, all the way till now. It's been, it's gone by fast, but looking back, it's like, man, I can't believe, you know, we played 82 games.
Right. You know, last year everyone was talking about, you know, your injury and coming back from injury, the concern about going into this year, but you're going to be the only guy that started all 82 games this year. Is there a pride that you have in that in terms of being able to play every single game this year?
Definitely. You know, coming in, I think that was one of my goals. You know, just to you know, be healthy all season and to keep my body, you know, in best shape as possible. So, you know, to be able to start in all 82 was great.
What did you learn about an 82-game schedule as far as your body is concerned that you're going to use for the years to come? And the way you planned it this year in terms of diet, nutrition, training, did everything work out great, or are you going to make some adjustments here or there?
No, I'll definitely make some adjustments. I think around February, January, I didn't get in the gym as much. I didn't lift as much anyway. You know, I was still getting up shots and all that, but I didn't lift as much. And then I can't remember when it was, I started lifting again. I kind of gained everything back, and you know, I really noticed the importance of making sure I lift throughout the season. You know, eating right, getting your rest, getting your treatment, all that stuff. You just have to pick and choose your spots of when, you know, when you should rest and not do anything, and when you should come in and get extra work in.
Speaking of rest, do you plan to do a lot of rest right when the season's over? How soon will you pick back up your training?
I'm going to take about 3 weeks off for sure, and just kind of do nothing, just, you know, hang out and get some stuff done, and then you know, just gradually get back into it. You know, the good thing is I'll have a long summer to work on the things I need to work on.
You were talking earlier about goals. I also know that one of your goals was to win Rookie of the Year. At this point, it seems to be a foregone conclusion that you're going to win that award. So I wonder, from your standpoint, what that means to you. Not, you know, not just necessarily as a player and what it means for the organization, but for you as a person and also for your family.
You know, just to represent my family, and you know, for me to come back from all that, it was a goal I had, like you said, and you know, I kind of like to call it a stepping stone. You know, it's something that you know, you have these little goals along the way, and you try to, you know, accomplish these little goals, but you're still moving. You know, you're still fighting for that main goal, which is obviously to win a championship and to become the best player you can. So. You know, it's an accomplishment. I'd be grateful for it, but you know, at the same time, that doesn't make or break anyone's career.
Right.
You know, there's plenty of guys that haven't gotten it, that have gone on to have extremely successful NBA careers, and the other way around. You know, guys that have got it, that haven't. So, you know, it's one of those things that my career is not over with, and by no means have I accomplished anything yet.
You've obviously been very humble about your accomplishments all year. We're going to give you the Rookie of the Year award. You were an All-Star for the first time in your first season in the NBA. You set multiple rookie records for the Clippers: points, rebounds, free throw attempts, minutes played, the all-time single season rebounding mark for any LA Clipper of all time, regardless of rookie or not. When you think of those accomplishments, and maybe you haven't had time to really think about them much, where do you think that puts you in terms of your overall plan? You talked about these little goals, but I mean, you've accomplished a lot, Blake, in 1 year, where it takes a lot of guys, some guys who have been perennial all-stars, to take 2 or 3 years to accomplish.
You know, it's one of those things that I think it's a lot about opportunity. You know, I've been blessed with the opportunity to play a lot of minutes and be a big part of this team. And you know, it's about taking advantage of that and being prepared for it. I think all the time you put in the summer, and all the time I put in last year, you know, it goes into being prepared for whatever situation you're put in. And you know, thankfully my teammates and my coaches have done a great job of helping me with that and helping me learn and develop as the season has gone along. You know, because at the beginning of the season till now, you know, it's like light and day, or night and day. You know, it's just it's incredible how much you learn just by playing. What
was the toughest adjustment for you being a rookie in the NBA for the first time?
I think just the grind night in and night out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like obviously the 82-game schedule, but you know, it's not just playing those minutes and just playing that many games. It's playing that many games against the competition. You know, it's like one night, you know, you may go against the Lakers, and then they got their front line, and then the next night you're playing against the Spurs or the Dallas Mavericks. It's just like nonstop. You don't get a game where it's just like, okay, like just take care of this and move on. So, it's just that keeping that level of intensity the entire season.
I would assume another adjustment that you had to make was dealing with losing. In the NBA, you lose more than you would at the college or high school level. Matter of fact, I would assume that between your high school years and your 2 years at Oklahoma that you didn't lose 50 games total, and obviously you guys have lost 50 games this year. I do say this, one thing that really impressed me about you this year, Blake, is that your motor is the same regardless of the score, regardless of the opponent. So you play hard regardless. However, 50 losses is 50 losses, and I know at times that was very frustrating for you.
Definitely. Like you said, I think I lost 6 games in high school, all 4 years, and like maybe 20 in college, or not even that much, maybe 18 in college. So, losing 50 games is tough, and by no means can you ever get used to it, and you can never be happy or okay with losing. You just got to learn from it. You do as much as you can while the game's going on, and if it doesn't work, then you have to, adjust. You have to learn from it and use those lessons.
How confident are you that the organization is going to make the necessary steps to where next season you won't be losing 50 games, you may be winning 50 games in terms of getting to the playoffs in the Western Conference?
I'm pretty confident. I think everything we've done so far has been a great foundation for where we want to go, and I know everybody's on the same track, and everybody has that goal in mind. So, it's just about going out and getting it done. And obviously you'd like to bring in the best of everything, but it takes time, and it takes, it's little steps.
How much pressure do you put on yourself in terms of going into this offseason and starting next year with a good start so that you are challenging for the playoffs?
Not a whole lot of pressure, just because, I just have to do the things that I know I have to do this summer, work on my game and work on everything I can control, not about the things that I can't control. I'm going to work as hard as possible and be in as good a shape and be as prepared as I can for next year. And, everything else will hopefully fall into place. And, it's a slow process. Like I said from the beginning of this year, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time.
What aspects of your game are the biggest priority for you over the offseason to improve?
Definitely my shot. Just keep shooting, keep getting up shots, and get to that point where it's just natural, it's just comfortable every single time, and I have no hesitation at all. And also a lot of things I think I'll watch is not necessarily on the court stuff, but just watching film, and reading different things and making sure I know the ins and outs of the game, to give myself an advantage.
Have you come to grips with your stardom yet, in terms of how well known you are and how much people want a piece of you? Because obviously you've seen all the people every time we go to a hotel on the road. There's a lot of autographed people out there. Have you come to grips with that yet?
It's not really something I think about. It definitely has changed, and it's not the same just going out and doing different things now. But it's not something that I'd like to spend a lot of time thinking about or dwell on. It's one of those things where, especially sitting out last year, you realize how quickly people can forget about you. So, when it's the other way around, I think it kind of keeps things in perspective, and you understand that all this can be gone in, the matter of a day or two.
We've talked a lot of this season about your top 10 moments, a lot of dunks, a lot of performances, what have you. My favorite is still the Knicks game, not just the dunk over Mozgov, but the overall game and the overall set. All-Star weekend was spectacular, obviously. From your standpoint, what would be the most positive aspect of this rookie season that you will take away going into the summer?
I think it's just that. I think it's my entire rookie season.
Really?
Just the experience that I've gotten throughout this whole season. There are certain moments that it's like you just gain confidence, more confidence than other times. But for me, it's the whole season. Everybody asked like at the beginning of the season if I felt like I had an advantage by sitting out and watching. Yeah. And it was good to be able to be up close and see all that stuff. But at the same time, you get better by experience and actually being out there. So, I realize that now. How much different of a player I am from the beginning of the year till now.
Well, enjoy your summer, because I know a lot of fans especially going to be looking for a nice encore for your sophomore year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.